Hello dear readers, my name is Caitlin Legospi, author of the young adult urban fantasy series Cardholders, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. Today's video is going to be a fun one because I'll be talking about my main writing inspiration. It's not books, it's not movies, nor is it TV shows or video games. Now, while my inspiration consists of a combination of those things, my main source is none other than anime. And if you've watched my video about me introducing my books and WIPs, works in progress for those of you who don't know, you'll know that already. From childhood classics, to me anyway, like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! To members of the big three like Bleach and Naruto, and finally the numerous romance anime that fueled my middle school days, such as Kaicho wa Maid-sama, Ouran High School Host Club, and Special A. Anime has always been a huge part of my life until I graduated college. It's sad, but I'm trying to get back into watching it more on a regular basis. It's been on my list and it's been active on my computer, but I will eventually get to Jujutsu Kaisen. But yes, anime has been a huge source of inspiration for my books, along with my long list of fictional character crushes, including, but not limited to, Seto Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh!, Gaara from Naruto, and Kagami Taiga from Kuroko no Basket. Anyway, there are plenty of anime out there that are basically masterclasses in creating worlds with rich culture and deep lore, introducing characters that grow and evolve throughout their stories, and enticing and keeping people engaged with entertaining plot lines, and of course, breaking hearts and making people cry with loads of emotional damage. If you know, you know. Of course, this depends on the anime. Not all of them are sad and have brutal violence and heart-wrenching moments that tear you up inside. Some of the best ones just happen to have these. And not to mention, some of their magic systems are just incredibly detailed and somehow still manage to make sense within the system's designated rules. Hunter x Hunter, I'm looking at you. Also the fight scenes. The fight scenes are just chef's kiss. And you know the best part about everything? I usually do not realize that an anime has inspired a book series until after the fact. For example, the fantasy trilogy that I am rewriting has, and I quote from a previous video, a pinch of Attack on Titan, a handful of Avatar: The Last Airbender, a cup of Naruto, and 2 cups of Bleach. And I shall say it again, Bleach is indeed an anime. I say a pinch of Attack on Titan because I know I was watching that at the time of writing the first version of the trilogy. Avatar: The Last Airbender gets a handful because the elemental magic involved in the series is similar to bending, where you can manipulate elements however you wish. I mentioned Naruto because of the fight scenes, and Bleach gets the most in the recipe because the world and ranking system in the Guild of Knights and the trilogy are very much based on the world of Bleach. Like, for real, a knight who is in the 9th seat of the 13th division in my book is basically the same as a Shinigami who is the 4th seat officer in Squad 11 in Bleach. Also, the fact that the main character of my trilogy has an inner world in which a dark being can live in. Ichigo with his Shinigami and Quincy power manifestations, anyone? The setting of my fantasy trilogy is really just Bleach's in a more traditional fantasy setting, and I'm not embarrassed to say it. Finally, there are honorable mentions of inspiration for my other book series. My Cardholder series is mainly inspired by Hunter x Hunter, which is my absolute favorite anime of all time. If you're a reader and a fan of the anime, you know. It also has a dash of inspiration from Katekyo, Hitman Reborn, and if you aren't aware, the magic system in Katekyo has rings that grants powers and abilities to the users. I used this concept, but with playing cards instead in my series. And then there is my Inkwell trilogy, the first of which I'm currently working on, called Raven's Requiem. There really is only one anime that has inspired the world of this project, which is Heaven Official's Blessing. But the video game Final Fantasy 16. I had to think of the Roman numeral. It's Final Fantasy 16 with green flag Clive. Specifically, 16 has also inspired the world, as well as the motivation of my main character in the Inkwell trilogy. And that is all for my rant about how anime is my main source of writing inspiration. And I hope you all enjoyed. If you're an anime fan, drop your favorite anime in the comments, because I am always actively building my list to watch. I'm open to anything. In the meantime, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for future notifications of videos. And if you'd like to check out my young adult urban fantasy series card holders, the link to my website will be in the description down below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll be sure to see you all in the next chapter. Bye!